All right, guys, I'm excited to talk about this quarterback. He's from the state of North Carolina. It's Gannon Jones. This guy put up video game numbers. Look at those stats right there. 35 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 3,200 passing yards, about a 70% completion rate, okay? So he's a 5'11 quarterback. He's from the state of North Carolina. I don't think that he might be in the middle of the state. Like, I don't think it's Charlotte. I don't think it's Raleigh. It's probably more towards Raleigh where he's located. I apologize just on the terms of the geography. But this is a quarterback. First, I'm going to give Jake Dickert a compliment. Like, I believe that for Wake Forest and Jake Dickert, like specifically, the way he took over at Washington State was not ideal. With the change with Rolovich and all of that. But he kind of discovered, Cam Ward and John Mateer. And he also hired really, really well. Like, he hired for his offensive coordinator, he hired like Etzel, I want to say, from Alabama, who was a former player at Alabama for Nick Saban, who's kind of like an Alabama GA. He's going to be the OC at Wake Forest. But the guys that Jake Dickert hired at Wake Forest are pretty much, or the guys that he hired at Washington State at Wazoo, you got to hire well in Pullman, and you got to find diamonds in the rough. And he found John Mateer, who was like a 3-star quarterback, Little Elm, Texas. A guy in John Mateer was like 3-9 in high school in Dallas. That's why John Mateer didn't get the big time offers. But Washington State again found a gem of a quarterback. Also Cam Ward, Eric Morris, Incarnate Word, head coach. He hires Eric Morris and Cam Ward. Hires Cam Ward. He brought in Cam Ward to Washington State. So Mateer and Ward are both Jake Dickert players, and Jake Dickert is a defensive guy from Wisconsin, but he has a great eye for recruiting talent, and Wake Forest is going to be the same way in Winston-Salem, okay? It's, you're not going to have more money and resources than the Wolfpack, than North Carolina, then certainly Clemson, then Florida State and Miami, okay, then even Pitt. So that's why Jake Dickert, that fit in Winston-Salem, and it's actually closer to certain recruiting grounds. But now let's talk about Gannon Jones. Let's talk about this quarterback. I'm going to say this on this video, and of course there could be injuries or other things that could take place in life that can happen, but this quarterback right here is going to be a really productive Power 4 starting quarterback, at the very least in college. He is going to be Thomas Castellanos, and I think he can even be better. I think he has some Tony Romo in his game. I think he even has a little bit of Russell Wilson. He gives room service dimes, okay? If you guys play NBA 2K, you know that term, room service. It's where the receiver pretty much is running. And, I mean, Gannon Jones, what a great name. Gannon, by the way, maybe named after Rich Gannon. Gannon Jones, really cool name and very aptly named because he's playing like Rich Gannon. Like, this looks like Rich Gannon, the Troy Brown, circa 2001 Oakland Raiders style football. This guy, there's nobody in this class that throws a more accurate deep ball throw than Gannon Jones. I mean, just watch this throw. I mean, it's right on the money. It's right on the tracks, leading into these wide receivers. So Gannon Jones is just a baller. He is a baller. He is really, really accurate. He's 5'11". His arm strength is, I'd say, like a 91 out of 100. There's guys in this class that might have 97 arm strength. He's so accurate. And the deep ball throwing is ridiculous. His throwing motion is really, really repeatable. He throws with anticipation. There is so much to like about this quarterback. There is so much to like. He is super, super accurate. Here you see some improvisation. This is like Tony Romo with the Dallas Cowboys. He throws from a little bit of a sidearm delivery at the top of his drop. People are going to get fixated on that. They might get fixated that he's 5'10". This guy, it does not matter. This guy plays the position at such an incredibly high level. He knows space, he knows feel, he knows yardages. His IQ is off of the charts, and he's confident. You hear him interviewed. He expects to win games, okay? After these touchdowns, he's he's not surprised when he's throwing a perfect 50-yard touchdown. This is just what transpires. He has very, very quick mechanics. He feels the pocket. That throwing motion is really, really quick, and again, I just think that there's no reason why Gannon Jones can't be a really, really good power 4 quarterback. I even think that Gannon could start even in SEC caliber programs. In the ACC, he's absolutely gonna light it up. He's gonna light up this ACC. Again, we're going to see what Wake Forest does, but, he's a dual threat quarterback. He has the potential here to, this is such a great juke. This is a really good run, but most of the time, he's beating you from the pocket. He's beating you with accuracy. He will throw it in the middle of the field. But he has great touch on the football. Dylan Gabriel was a quarterback, out of UCF that put on strength, that put on muscle, and that lit it up. And this quarterback, to me, can play at the highest. Gannon Jones, if he stays in college 4 or 5 years, he's going to be playing at the highest level, and he's going to be playing at a super high level. I could see him being a top 10 quarterback in college football. So really, when you look at this class, Gannon Jones to me should be a 94. He should be a high 4-star quarterback, okay? A 5-star quarterback is probably one that's getting drafted. That's probably Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young. He's probably in this class that I've seen. He is probably a top 6 quarterback in this class. He's right up there with a lot of other players. So his deep ball accuracy is just ridiculous. The guy puts it on the spot every single time. He is, when you talk about accurate, when you talk about where the ball placement, okay, hitting guys in stride, they're throwing with incredible touch. There is nobody in this class that probably does it better than Gannon Jones. Splits the safeties. He eyes up safeties, knows the route concepts really well. Him and his receivers have such a connection that they know where each other's going to be, and he sees space and just dices people up. It's almost like you're playing college football, the video game, and you just know, okay, this post is going to hit every single time, and the defense can't defend it. This is knowing leverage. This is knowing your receiver really well. This defender is in a really good spot right here. It seems like the defender's playing the deepest, but Gannon Jones trusts his guy to cut off the defender, to angle him out, and then watch where he throws this football away from the defender to only a spot where he's going to get it. So Gannon Jones is really, really impressive, guys. Really impressive. We're about 6 minutes through the tape. There's 35 touchdowns of huddle tape here to look at. But he is consistent. He has a good, quick throwing motion. He has everything that you'd want in a starting quarterback. He is one of the best quarterbacks in this class. He is a gem in this class. He's about an 86 probably on most recruiting websites. He's right at a 3-star quarterback. Smaller town, but a bigger town than the guy we just covered, Dante Carr. Like, I still think that in North Carolina, I still think that this high school is pretty well covered. So, again, what a great get for Wake Forest, okay? And I think he's going to be a really, really good player at the college level, and then with a possible chance to be an NFL player as well. So Gannon Jones, one of the best quarterbacks in 2026.